Folks, the time has come. The time has come. Week 4. Let me go live on TikTok as well. Let's get some people in here. But folks, here it is. Week 4. We've been waiting for it. It was bound to happen. And here it is. The announcement this morning that Jaxson Dart will be the starter week 4 for the New York Giants. Not a shock. Not a shock at all. This is just what it is. They're trying to save their jobs. That's all it is. Whether it's a good idea or a bad idea, it doesn't really matter. At the end of the day, they're trying to save their jobs, right? That's really all it is. We'll talk about everything. We'll talk about Russ. We'll talk about, do we have a chance with Jaxson Dart? Probably not. But, we're going to get some more people in here. I'm sure people will join. The lives do pretty well. I'm excited to hop back on live. I couldn't do it this morning because the news literally came out this morning, like at, I think, close to 1 or like 12 or something. But big news. I mean, this is the next chapter of the Giants. This is the next chapter. We're seeing it now. We're seeing the future come into play next week. Is it going to change anything? Probably not. If I were to be an honest guy, and I don't know, I mean, I've watched the team now for 3 weeks. This tragic excuse of an NFL franchise for 3 weeks. This is not going to change anything about it. But it's a step in a direction where I can definitely see this is it. This is what we're doing. This is how we're going to proceed. Russell Wilson's done as a New York Giant unless, God forbid, Dable gets injured, but that's why you signed Jameis. Let's read the chat here. Dable gets another free pass. Well, we'll see if he can save his job. This is why he does it, right? This is why Dable did this. It's not rocket science. It's not like they decided that Russell Wilson's the better quarterback. They probably already did, but they are now going through with it, and they're starting Jaxson Dart week 4. So they're just trying to save their jobs. It's not a secret. It's not a secret. Nas says, I can't wait to see darts from Dart. So can I. Look, again, at the end of the day, our season's over. I'm pretty much kind of agreed with that. I think we can all kind of agree. But can Jaxson Dart potentially be the starter? Is he going to actually make an impact? Can we see some kind of impact from Jaxson Dart, whether it be in the passing game, in the running game? I think that Jaxson Dart will add another dimension of this offense that we don't already have. They like to run the RPO with Russell Wilson. I don't know why. I couldn't tell you why, but they like to run it with Russell Wilson, even though he's like 40 years old, right? They are going to run the RPO with Jaxson Dart a whole lot. You will be prepared to see the RPO a lot. I mean, he basically did it every single snap he came in the last 3 weeks when he came in for those 1 or 2 snaps. Yobani says, let's go Jaxson Dark. I don't know if you meant to say dart there or dark. Bat says, it's so deflating being done in November every year. Well, we're just used to it as Giants fans at the end of the day. This is the reality of the situation. You're just going to have to get used to it because it's not going to get any easier. It's not going to get any better. Ryan says, should I worry if I have Neighbors in fantasy? I'd keep Neighbors for now. Again, he probably will get a lot more targets, but we will see. Do you think who will be our new kicker? Yes. Also, Young Hui Hu was also signed to the practice squad today after Greg Gano got an injury during player introductions. Guys, I'm not answering fantasy questions. I'll answer one. I'll answer one fantasy question. Do I think Russ is washed? I do. It's time for him to hang it up. Now, let's talk about Russ for a second, right? Because this is kind of my thing with Russ is that I do feel a little bit bad for him at the end of the day. I really do. He came in here. He was Mr. New York. He went to the Knicks games. He went to the Yankees games. He went to the Rangers, the Liberty games. Bro said Dart trash. How are you going to say Dart trash hasn't played a goddamn game? Like, how are you going to say Dart trash he hasn't played a goddamn game? Just let him play a game. You know, even though next week is against the Chargers, let him play a goddamn game. Let him play a game. But I feel bad for Russ. I do. But he's aging. He doesn't have it like he used to. He's not consistent as he used to be. And as bad as the Dallas defense was on week 2, you saw, well, he still can throw the deep ball. He still can get it out there. Unfortunately, against the Kansas City Chiefs team, he wasn't able to do it. Now, again, how much of that is on Russ? How much of that is on Kafka? How much of that is on Dable? We don't know. Again, we're probably assuming a lot of things here, but they made the decision to go with Dart. They're trying to save their jobs. It's not rocket science. You could call it any which way it is. I told you that they'd start Dart at the end of the Chiefs game a couple days ago. They're going to start. They're going to start Dart. They're going to save their jobs. They're just trying to save their jobs. And that's all it is. So anyway, back to my point about Russ. I feel bad for him. I really do. He's a good guy. He really is. He just doesn't have it anymore. And I wish it would work. And I really hope that this wouldn't happen week 4. This happening week 4, like it's too soon, but it's the appropriate decision for what the circumstances are. You're 0-3. There's no juice on offense at all. Forget the defense talk, but there's no juice on the offense at all. You're trying to resurrect that with Jaxson Dart, who might give you another dimension to this offense that you don't already have. The RPOs. You can get a little bit more creative with Jaxson Dart with the play calling. There's all sorts of things you can do, and we'll see if they are able to do it. My last point I'll talk about Russ is that at the end of the day, as Russ is he'll probably be a backup for, the next few years of his career or whenever he'll decide to retire. You can't teach an old dog new tricks. At the end of the day, you can't do it. And as much as you want to fire Kafka, fire Dable, I get it. I'm right there with you. I'm right there firing Kafka. Let's fire Dable. It's not good. The product has not been good. The product has been shit. However, can Jaxson Dart potentially save Dable's job? Can Dable be a QB guru to Jaxson Dart? And we'll find out. And again, this schedule does not get any easier. I don't have the schedule in front of me, but I know it's the Chargers, it's the Saints, it's the Eagles, and then Denver, then Eagles, and San Francisco, then I think Bear. It just does not get any easier from here. So this is going to be a very tough stretch for Jaxson Dart. So don't expect the world here. I've already kind of washed over me that the Giants season is over. Now it's time for Jaxson Dart to come out. Now it's time to see if he can be a starter in the National Football League. I believe he has all the tools. I believe he has all the skill sets. Can he put it together? Now, again, look, you could say what you want about Daniel Jones. He did not work here. Neither with Dable, neither with Joe Judge, neither with Shermer. However, we're going to see what happens with Dart. This is Dable's last chance. His job is hanging by a thread. Everyone's job is hanging by a thread. This is really it. So this isn't a shock that they made this decision week 4. It kind of sucks because in my mind, if they were ever to move on from Russell Wilson, it was because we sucked. And we suck. We're 0-3. So it's the appropriate decision for their job. At the end of the day, we're going to see what he can do. I don't expect to win against the Chargers at all. At all. No chance. But let's see if we can maybe give him a fight and see if he can actually see what happens. Am I also a Mets fan? No, not a Mets fan. My Saints should have drafted him. Yeah. I don't know why you drafted. The Saints, very confusing franchise right now. But we play you guys in a couple of weeks, so we'll see what happens. Why are they putting Abdul at middle linebacker? Because we have no depth. We have no linebackers. They're all injured. They're all McFadden injured, Massa injured. They don't have a choice. And so you can do that with Abdul Carter because he played middle linebacker in college. He played linebacker in college. So you are comfortable with him putting him at linebacker. Now, is that what you really want to do? Not really. You want him to just get after the quarterback, but you don't really have a choice. You have to put him at middle linebacker because you really have no one there. So that's why you're seeing them put him at middle linebacker. Oh, so you're only getting angina from one team. Yeah. I'm a Knicks fan too, so that's good for me. We're going to wait for the Knicks to start in very soon. Knicks have a chance to make the finals this year, be competitive. We'll see what happens. The Saints need to call the Giants and trade for Wilson. Now, again, this is another wrinkle of it. Like, I think Ian Rappaport said that Russ is going to sit behind Dart and he'll be the backup. Now, again, I don't think Russ wants to be a backup. He wasn't signed to be a backup, obviously. He was signed to start. How long do you let, and God forbid if Dart gets injured, but how long do you think they're just going to leave Russ on the roster? Do you think he just is not going to be able to play this year? There's a lot of teams that need help. Bengals, Saints, other teams I'm forgetting, but there are other teams that need help. Other teams that need help at quarterback. And as bad as Russell Wilson is for this team, or not fulfilling expectations, or whatever your expectations were, whatever, they need help. If they're able to trade Russ, we'll see if they do. I don't know if they will. It would be a smart decision. And I also kind of would feel bad for Russ sitting on the bench the whole year, even though, what was promised wasn't promised, even though I guess nothing is really promised. And not in this league. Is Scadaboo going to have touches, or do you think Dart is going to take those touches? No, Scadaboo's still going to take a lot of touches. They're going to really start to establish the run because they need to. They really need to establish the run. You saw it last week. The only good thing about the Giants game last week was the run. Scadaboo had a great game. That was really it from the good of the Giants. So Scadaboo's going to get more and more touches. Now that Tracy's even out. Tracy got hurt. So you're going to see a lot more touches from Scadaboo. And I'm happy to see Scadaboo get a lot more touches because he's a beast. He's a difference maker with a football in his hands. He can run people over all day. Giants hit the 1-2 punch with Scadaboo and Tracy. Yeah, I mean, Tracy's going to be sidelined for a couple of weeks. Dislocated shoulder. Hopefully he'll be back soon because I think Tracy does add some value in the running back room because you do allow that 1-2 punch as well. What else? Scadaboo is the perfect Giant, like Bravara and mindset. I don't know if you meant Bavaro, but yes, he's like classic hard nose, run your people over, kill everybody mentality. I don't care if you break a rib. I don't care if I get CTE at 34. Yes, Mark Bavaro, yes. I don't care if I get CTE, onset CTE, but yeah, I feel bad for Neighbors. Well, what are you going to do? This could change things. This could change things for Neighbors, We'll see. We'll see if it changes things. I think it might. Again, is it all on the quarterback? Is it all on scheming? Is it all on, we don't know, right? We don't really know. Is my mic okay, by the way, guys? By the way, guys, I just want you guys, just real quick for me. I know we got 82 people in here. Shout out TikTok. Just do me a favor, right? We're 3-0. Or, oh my God, we're 3-0. I wish. Oh my God. This app would not believe what I would do if we were 3-0. We are 0-3. I am depressed, right? But again, it's not affecting my life. Just tap the screen. Just all you gotta do is just tap it. Just like it up, bro. I just need some positivity, right? This is depressing. This is 10 years it's been going on like this. It's gonna probably stay like this for a while. You see the Giants fans online. This is just what it's been. This is the only thing I said in the video today. It's the only thing that makes this team semi-interesting is this. This is it. You want to see Dart have a chance, an opportunity to go out there in the fire. In my perfect world that I would build around this team, he would not start until later. But in retrospect, we would actually be competitive and maybe have a win or two at this point. And okay, we could see us build with Russell Wilson, right? But we don't live in a perfect world. We live in a world where the Giants suck every fucking year. So this is what they have to do to save their jobs. So at the end of the day, what can we do? All we can really do is just cheer for Dart, and they're not going to go back to Wilson. That's why you signed Jameis for next year, because Jameis signed a 2-year deal. So next year, Jameis will be the backup to Dart, and we'll see what Dart could do. I'm excited to see what he could do. Again, I don't think it's going to change a whole lot. But yeah, it's going to be a tough game this week against a brilliant Chargers defense who just are 3-0 and look great under Harbaugh, and Justin Herbert looks just as good. I don't want to even know what Justin Herbert's going to do to this tragic defense, but that's a different story for a different day. Definitely think there will be some improvements. Maya, you went to the game, right? Maya went to the game. How was the game? I know you probably hated going, but I bet you had a good time. But a lot of Chiefs fans at the game this weekend. A lot of Chiefs fans, not good. Not good. And look, Giants fans are everywhere, right? So it's not like they're not paying. It's not like they're not going to the game. They're not going to the game because they're not paying $200, $500 for fucking tickets and sitting and watching a dog shit product on the field. I don't blame Giants fans for not going to games. Actually, I would implore Giants fans to keep their money in their pockets and not support this tragic organization that has let fans down week after week after week and year after year. So don't give any more money to John Mara, who doesn't really care about the team, or he does care about the team. And there's some rumors. That you might see a plane next week. Now, I don't know. You might see a plane flying over the stadium next week. Now, I don't know if that's 100% true, but I've heard that there might be a plane flying over MetLife Stadium this week. There just might be. It could be too early, but is it really early at this point? Ray says, Dable, get your shit together and your defense. This is his way of getting his shit together. Trade Malik for Bucky and London. No, because Neighbors is going to have more of these insane games this year now that we see this guy in here. So keep Neighbors. Keep Neighbors. Don't shut your expectations down, Neighbors. Just keep them on your roster. Invest in Dart or Purdy. I don't know. I don't know if I can give you a solid answer on that. Defense haven't played terrible. Really? They haven't played atrocious, but they've played bad. They haven't played up to their standards. You bring these guys in, cornerbacks, Paulson Adebo, Javon Holland. They don't look good. And the Bowen sucks. Bowen, I'm done with Bowen. I'm just done. There's nothing that you can say. There's nothing that he could do to convince me that he's good. Islam says, I'm a B at week 4. Do you think we got a chance? I don't. You never know. That's why you play the games, right? Any given Sunday, this could be what the Giants needed. You just never know. It's exciting that you're going to be witnessing Dart for the first time. I think that's just worth the price of admission for going. But if we lose like 30-6, then I don't know. But I don't think we're going to win. If you want my honest opinion, this doesn't change anything for me. But you never know. You never know. Dart could throw for 4 touchdowns and win the game. You never know. And then we'll fucking celebrate and we'll pop champagne and all that shit. You'll have fun. You'll have fun. I think it'll be close. I hope. We'll see. I thought last week would be close and it wasn't. So my expectations are just, I have no expectations. So if I don't have any expectations, then I can't be let down, right? Scottaboo is David Montgomery reborn. A little like David Montgomery. I'd even argue that he's a little bit more reckless than David Montgomery in the way that he runs. Jax is him. Trust. I hope. This is it. You drafted this guy in the first round. You traded up to get him. They believed in him to spend a second-round pick on him and a first-round pick, obviously. This is your guy. And this is it. This is it for a lot of people. If he doesn't work out, now again, what does it mean by working out, right? I kind of want to ask the chat this. Let's talk about this for a second. What do we need to see from Jaxson Dart? Forget about wins and losses, right? We suck. So what do we need to see from Jaxson Dart, right? If he can save jobs. Now, I don't want him to save jobs, but let's put ourselves in the mind of the coaching staff. They're trying to save, or they're doing this to save their job. So what will we need to see from Dart that potentially saves jobs, regardless of wins and losses? Does he play really well? Does he throw for, 15 touchdowns and not a lot of picks? Does he give us an opportunity in close games? Can you see while watching, okay, he's an athlete. He can be a quarterback that can make these decisions. Like, there's a lot of factors here, right? That, again, I wouldn't go just on wins and losses because you've already lost me on that. But what can we see from Dart this year that will potentially save the jobs of Dable and Shane and whoever? Now, I'm not rooting for that. I don't think this coaching staff is very good. But I think it's a very fair question to ask because it's like, all right, well, we're doing this for a reason. Do you really think Jaxson Dart's going to come in here and we're going to go rattle off 5 wins in a row? Do we really believe that as a fan base? I don't. I don't think he changes a whole lot. This offensive coordinator is still the same. The defensive schemes are still the same. Morrow says, yes, I do. You think Dart's going to come in here and rattle 5 wins off? If he does, I hope I'm wrong. I don't think he does. Not because I think he's bad or anything. I think he has all the potential. I think he has all the tools in the world to be a well-equipped starter in this league. But the team around him and the coaching staff around him doesn't give him the best chance to do that. He's going to come in here as a rookie with this schedule, with this coaching staff, and rattle off 5 wins. I don't know. It's a gauntlet. Matt just said the Giants' schedule is a gauntlet. It's a gauntlet for no matter whatever quarterback you want to say. No matter if you want to play no matter if it's Josh Allen, Patrick Mahomes, Justin Herbert, anybody. This schedule is a gauntlet. Like, look at these teams. And it's not an excuse. It's just reality. This guy's a rookie coming to his first game against one of the toughest defenses in the NFL, if not the toughest, in the Chargers. So it is going to be a very difficult test. Do I expect him to pass with flying colors? No. There's obviously some leniency to Dart coming in for the first time, right? So, again, you just want to see if he can put something together that, all right, there's potential here. He's playing well. He's not making dumb mistakes. He's got good pocket presence. He can throw the deep ball well. He can manipulate the receivers to get open. There's things you can see, right? We're cleaning house after this season. Well, yeah, I mean, right now you would say yes. However, this is their opportunity to save their jobs, right? Maya says, remember, Dart is still learning. He will have ups and downs, but it's good that he's still giving a shot. Yeah, I mean, you're not going to expect perfection, especially with this schedule with Dart, but it's the appropriate decision at this juncture. We're 0-3. We suck big baloney. We suck, right? Like, there's no ifs, ands, or about it. Give him a chance, right? I don't like it happening so soon because I'd rather us be confident going into week 4 saying, all right, we got to win, right, against the Cowboys. And, okay, Russ is starting to play better, but no, it's not. And at the end of the day, they're just trying to save their jobs. This team is alive when he is in. That is true. I think they said that. I mean, I wasn't there. Whoever was at the game last week, whoever was in the game in the chat last week, tell me, when Dart came in for like those 2-3 snaps, did people get hyped? Did people get like, oh my God, let's go? And then when he was taken out, okay, here we go. And here, back. We cheered. Of course you cheered for Dart. Of course, right? But was it like, oh shit, we're standing up, here we fucking go? And then when he got out, it's like, okay. When Russ came in, everyone booed. That is insane. I don't know if I would have booed if I was there, but I bet everyone was hyped. Right? Mateo asked, why is Jaxson Dart starting? Mateo, it's the most simplest reason I can give you. They are trying to save their jobs. That's it. And Dart is probably a better quarterback right now than Russell Wilson. And Dak, why not? Yeah, why not? You have nothing to lose. You're 0-3. You suck. Why not give him a chance, right? There's no downside to it, right? There's nothing to lose, and they're trying to save their jobs, right? Jack says it shouldn't save their jobs. Jack, I agree with you. However, this is what they're trying to do. I didn't say Dart's going to save their jobs. That's what they are trying to do. It shouldn't. It shouldn't. I hope he doesn't get hurt because behind the whole line. Yeah, that's the big concern, right? Now, again, the O-line hasn't, now that Andrew Thomas is back, last week, it was mixed. It wasn't great. It wasn't good. It wasn't bad. Obviously, Russ took some sacks. There was some pressure. That's a tough front in Kansas City. And Spags loves to dial up the blitzes. I think this offensive line is, I mean, it's not great. It's not even good, but it's better than week one. That's not saying a whole lot. Andrew Thomas is back. Jermaine Illuminor's playing well on the right side. The interior is where you get concerns. JMS is not very good. Greg Van Roten's not good. And John Runyon is not very good. You need help in the interior as much as possible at the end of the day. Let's see. Who is in the chat right now? Let's take a look. Jermaine is a solid right tackle. Yeah. Hecklers kept saying Russ take a knee and we want Dart. I did hear the we want Dart chants at, I saw a clip of that. And I mean, that was going to happen. I mean, when at a certain point during a game, when you realize that you don't really have a chance, you're going to chant for Dart no matter what. And it's going to, I mean, you didn't want that happening this week because it would have happened this week if they didn't make this decision. Danny Dimes has proved that the quarterback is not the problem. Very, very adamant point. I don't say I love him, but I liked it. I was a supporter of Daniel Jones. I was a supporter when a lot of people did not like him in New York. I believed in him for 6 years. And then there was a certain time where I had to say to myself, it's time for him to go. Not necessarily I think he's a bad quarterback. He had all the tools. It just didn't work here. And sometimes that just happens. And now you're seeing an Indy. He's 3-0 and he looked great. And he has all the tools. He had all the tools. He just couldn't put it together here. Now, again, is that his fault? Is it the coaching staff's fault? It can be debated, right? He had opportunities. He had 6 years. He had 3 different coaches, right? It wasn't just Dable all 6 years. Shermer, Judge, Dable, he had 3. So, again, organizational problem, I would agree with you, right? But I'm a fan of Jones. I think his game is really great if he can put it all together. And you're seeing in Indy right now, he's putting up incredible numbers and he's 3-0. So I'm very happy for Jones. I'm happy for him to get out of this dog shit organization and go to an organization that actually benefits him, which is great. And I'm a supporter of Jones. I bought a Jones jersey years ago, and might be whipping that out soon because I just like his game. Anyway, Winston should start over Dart. Yeah, but like, why? You're 3-0. Oh my God, I keep saying we're 3-0. You're 0-3. You suck. Like, you have nothing to lose. You have nothing to lose with Dart. Dart will bring some life to this offense, it's Tyrell says. Yeah, he'll bring some life. Now, will it help the team win? I don't know. German says, I don't know. Maybe so he doesn't go against the Chargers defense. Yeah, but at this point, you're really you're delaying the inevitable, right? You're delaying what has to be done. This is their opportunity to save their jobs. This is the cautious decision for them to do. If they put in Jameis, it's like, well, what job are you saving, right? He's not going to look good against the Chargers. Yeah, he probably won't. The Chargers are probably the toughest defense in the league. But you're throwing him out there to the fire. See if you can do it. And Dylan says, I feel like when Dart loses his confidence, it's a Daniel thing all over again. Yeah, I think Daniel lost his confidence because of the atrocious O-line, right? I think if you can attribute to Daniel's fall-off years being, all right, if you look at the greatest common denominator of all of the past 6 years of the Giants, you tell yourself it's Daniel Jones, right? But the other common denominator was the offensive line. They never fixed the offensive line, even though they got Andrew Thomas, even though they got people, even though Dave Gettleman, I can name Kevin Zeitler, Will Hernandez. They tried. It never worked, right? So the offensive line has sucked for years and years and years. And over time, Daniel lost confidence because that internal clock of his sped up so fast that as soon as he snapped the ball, he was just looking for any rushers to come out his way, right? Because the offensive line was so pitiful. Now, I hope that doesn't happen with Dart. And again, you really want to see him overcome it. Is this offensive line so awful? I don't think I don't want to say it's bad. It is bad, but it's not atrocious right now. I think a lot of people last week saw the game and they said, oh, the offensive line sucks. It's like they gave Russ time. If you watched, they gave Russ time. You should have waited for the Saints game. What difference would it make, though? Like, you think, can you be honest with yourselves? You think Russ coming out here against the Chargers were winning? They don't have time. Here, my point is this. It's like you should have waited. You should have waited. I'm not trying to save my job. They're trying to save their jobs. This is why they did it. They have no time left. I told you 2 weeks ago. They are out of time. When they lost week 1, they are out of time because they looked like the same team from the past 3 years. They suck. There was no improvement. So they're trying to save their jobs. They have no time to wait around for the Saints game. Oh, they don't have time to wait around for week 15. They have no time. It's not me. It's not like if I had it my way, Dart wouldn't be in the field this year. But they have no time. And the fans are done. We're all done. Like, Giants fans, like, you have confidence in this team? Come on, guys. Let's be honest with ourselves. This is the only thing keeping the team interesting. This is an organizational decision. Let's get the fucker out there. Let's see what he can do. It's simple as that. It's as simple as that. So, you far from done? Brother. Mara would never fire Dable this year. What do you mean? Giants can turn this around, Mr. Dangerous says. This is their opportunity. You really think, oh, we're going to wait for the Chargers. We're going to wait for the Saints game. This is their opportunity to turn around. Do I think they will? No. But it's their only opportunity to. I don't think it will. This doesn't change the defense. Drop Graham Gano. Well, he's not playing. We just signed Young Hae-Koo, which I don't. Can someone tell me why he was released from the Falcons? I mean, obviously he just wasn't consistent. But was there a specific reason why? Did he miss 3 extra points or field goals in a row? Was it really bad? Yeah, I mean, I know it was missed kicks, but was there just 24 for 35 last year? He missed that much last year? I did not know he missed that much. He missed 10? Huh. Missed game winner week 1. Oh, that's right. That's right. That's what I was looking for. I was looking for the catalyst, the reason why he was. Okay, I remember that now. Yeah, he lost his mojo. Yeah, well, Graham Gano's hurt because he fucking slipped on a banana peel in player introduction. So we don't really have an option. So we signed him to the practice squad. But hopefully he'll come here. What Dez just said, he's going to be bombing 70-yard field goals for us. Maybe. Dart hopefully plays a good game and wins. That's all you can hope. I mean, again, I have no hope. But I mean, this is why you do it. This is why you let him start. This is why you do it. So let's see if he can actually play well. And you never know. This is why you play the games on Sunday. 3-0, 0-3 teams can beat 3-0 teams. It's not likely, but it'll happen. This is the only thing keeping this team semi-interesting, right? I think Dart will get injured. Well, let's not say that. The guy hasn't even played a goddamn snap yet. Well, he has, but a game. You know what I mean? Same. Dart could throw for 3 touchdowns. I don't agree with that. I think this Chargers defense has got to be a problem. But I like your optimism. I respect your optimism. I mean, the Giants have weapons. They need a D and O-line. This is how it's been for years. You're reminding me of 2016 where we said the same fucking thing. It's an organizational problem, right? This has happened. We've had weapons. We don't have an O-line. You know what I mean? It's the same shit. Right off the I'm a Commander fan. I think Dart could do just fine. Yeah, I hope he'll do fine. That's all you can hope for, right? That's all you can hope for. Stop blaming the offensive line. I'm not. Oh my God. You really want me to praise the offensive line? You want me to praise the offensive line? Really? I'm blaming the coaching. It's everything. You can't blame one thing, guys. You can point. You can look at everything. You can point at the defense. Point at the Bowen, Kafka, the O-line, Dable. You can look at everything and say, this sucks, this sucks. It all sucks. Everything sucks. We can argue all day about, oh, it's this, it's this, it's this, it's this. Everything sucks. So don't be like, well, it's not the offensive line. It's actually coaching. No shit. No shit. It's everything. Do you think Winston will ever start? You hope not, because if he does, then Dart is either injured or you don't trust him anymore. So I hope I never see Jameis out there. I love Jameis, but I don't want to see him out on the field. People say fire the coach. When everything doesn't work, fire the coach. Fire the coach. That's all it is, right? Why did we never get an O-line? It's just skill players. It's poor roster management, poor ownership, poor organizational. It's just, now they have tried, right? But it's bad talent evaluation on the offensive line. It's a lot of factors. But again, the biggest if you want the biggest problem over the past decade, not even 6 years, not even with the Daniel Jones stuff, decade, since we won the Super Bowl in 2012, the biggest problem of this team, what is it? You all know what it is. It's the offensive line. Not 1 year. Mara. Yeah, well, true. But Mara ain't selling the team. We have to get that out of our heads, right? Mara ain't selling the team. He ain't selling the team. But yeah, it all starts at the top, right? Offensive line. No blocking the offensive line. Everything's bad. Kevin says, I'm not a big fan of the Scottish Hammer. Kevin, I actually agree with you. I don't think Jamie Gillen's that good. I think Jamie Gillen has a weak leg. But I think they have to grow with him because that's all they got. I don't like Jamie Gillen. I don't think he is a good punter. I don't think he has a big leg at all. He's punting from the 20 and he's getting it to the 40. I'm like, that's in today's league. That's not good. That's not good enough. Being honest. We going to win. Everyone put your house to the Giants. Dez, I can't. Your confidence is crazy because I don't know if I can ever be that confident, especially walking out of that game 0-3. Heard we got a new field goal kicker. Yes, Trucker, we do. Young Haiku from the Falcons was released because he just hasn't been consistent, unfortunately. I mean, I remember years ago he was very consistent, but now YouTube audience, if you're wondering where I'm reading my chat logs from, it's TikTok because no one is writing chats in my YouTube chat. So I look at the TikTok chat. Shout out TikTok. Herbert going to be Swiss cheese. Yeah, they're going to Herbert's going to Swiss cheese our secondary. I don't even want to imagine what he's going to do, but Herbert's playing really well right now. Seems like New York wants the big name instead of O-line. Well, yes. Yes, they drafted Thomas in 2020, but since then they haven't done it because we have a lot of holes, right? I'm not answering. We believe in the kid from Roy, Utah. Go Dart. Let's see what the Mormon could do. Let's see what the Mormon kid could do. I think he got a chance. I think he got a chance to make an impact here. Don't know if it'll lead to wins, but yeah. As a Hawk, I feel bad for the downward slide on Russ. Yeah, I do feel bad for Russ because he's such a good guy, and I just don't. I don't like seeing players like you actively see the regression week after week. The consistency isn't there anymore. It just sucks because Russ is such a good guy, and you don't like seeing that, right? I'm probably gonna leave the live soon. I'll give it like maybe 10, maybe 5 more minutes. I've been on here for about an hour, so I appreciate all the love on TikTok. And guys, before we go, for the 0-3 depression Giants, for the 0-3 depression organization that is the Giants and Jets just suck as well, but it's just New York football that just sucks. For New York football and depression overall, just tap the screen for me on TikTok. Just tap. That's what I got to do. Just tap it. It's free. Just tap it. Just tap for depression. For 0-3 starts every year. For no offensive line. For awful defensive scheming. For maybe Jaxson Dart's going to be the savior of the season. I hope. I don't know if that'll happen, but I hope. Kevin says Theo looks very slow and confused. He had a really good run on Sunday. Really good run. But they're not using him in the way that I thought they would. Is that Kafka? Is that the OC? Is it Russell? They have a lot of weapons on this team, right? But they're not using them in the right ways. Start Wan'Dale Robinson. No. Not this week. Jaxson Dart has more awareness than Russell Wilson, yes. And he can actually scramble. I like Dart on Sunday. So do I. I like to see him. We'll see. We'll see what he can do. It's a tough game. Tough game. I don't think we're going to win, being honest with you. Can we bring back the preseason playbook, please? Yeah, maybe we can actually score some touchdowns that way. I've yet to see 13 on the field, and you probably won't because they don't trust him. They don't trust Hyatt to get on the field. They don't believe in him. They made a mistake. They made a mistake. So you're not going to see him anytime soon. Should have put Winston first. Again, what would have that done, though? Like, you're delaying the inevitable. You're going to start Dart at some point. You're delaying the inevitable. It might just be Russell who can't use the middle of the field. Well, you are able to see him use the middle of the field. But again, Russ has always favored the deep ball. You've known that. You've known that Russ likes the deep ball. If there's a chance, if there's even the slightest opportunity, like 5%, you know he's going to take that shit every time. Rico says Giants getting Bell every game. Yeah, they probably are. Look at this. Look at that. Look at this belt, right? Look at this belt every goddamn week. That was loud. Look at the belt. If the Giants lose to the Saints, they're going 0-17. Could be worse than that. Could be worse than last year. Could be worse. Colts Eagles Super Bowl. Colts Eagles Super Bowl. I don't even know what I would do at that point. I probably just like walk. I'd walk and just not stop. Paulson is the worst corner I've ever seen since Baker. Dude. Here's the thing with the defense. The defense had plenty of opportunities. And they've had opportunities all season. The Bobby Okereke fumble with Mahomes throwing the backwards pass and it being a live ball. I fall on the fucking ball. Fall on the ball. Don't be a hero. Don't try to score. Don't try to be a hero. Fall on the ball. Just fall on it. That's all you got to do. Don't try to be a hero. Don't try to pick it up and run it in the end zone for that highlight clip. Fall on the ball. Just do it. What are they doing in practice every week? Kevin, great point. And I thought the same thing. I'm like, well, they probably weren't going to score anyway. Well, they could have scored 3 points. Oh, actually, no, they couldn't have because I have a kicker. It's like problem. Guys, I might head out soon, but Kevin, I just did no kicker. So yeah, no matter what, right? Daniel Jones, the hero. Yeah, shout out Daniel Jones. I'm a fan of Daniel Jones. Hope he plays well. Hope he continues to play well. Throwing him to the Chargers is a poor decision. Yes, but like you're delaying the inevitable, right? Giants versus Colts Super Bowl. Oh my God, we're gonna go 14-3, guys. We're gonna go 14-3, and we're gonna make the Super Bowl and win it. Come on, guys, we're gonna do it. We're going to win the next 14 games with Jaxson Dart. We're going to do it, guys. We're going to really do it. This defense is going to automatically be a top 5 defense now that Jaxson Dart's them. Patriots beating the Panthers this week. They should be the Panthers this week. Thought the Saints were after Chargers. Only reason I said wait to start Dart. They are after the Chargers. They're next. This is how I know this guy's a Philly fan. Because he can't tell that I'm being sarcastic. He can't tell I'm being sarcastic. I could just tell you're a Philly fan. You don't even need to have Philly in your username. I could just tell. I'm about to start him. We'll see what happens. I mean, you could start him. He could play well. He could play bad. We'll see. It's a tough. No matter who the quarterback is, to be honest with you, it's a tough matchup for that defense against that defense at the end of the day. No matter who you're really starting. I mean, how did the quarterbacks do? I mean, Geno sucked last week. But Mahomes had a good game, but Mahomes is Mahomes. Who did the Chargers play week 2? I forget. Start Dart against the great Chargers or against the weak Saints. I mean, if you're talking about fantasy, I'd wait for another week because I don't think I would start Dart if I had him on my fantasy team right now. I mean, this is his first start in the NFL, so I don't know. Danny Dimes. Everyone says I look like Daniel Jones. I don't know if that's still true. I went to a Patriots. I'll tell a quick story before I leave. I think it's like 2022. No, it was 21. I went to. It was the 2022 season. It was when Joe Judge was there, so it was 21. I went to the Patriots Giants training camp in Foxborough, and I wore a Daniel Jones jersey. And I think like 10 people said that I look like Daniel Jones. Patriots fans. Like, oh my God, like Daniel Jones. All right. I looked more young back then. Offensive line used to give Dart more time. They need to give everyone more time. Younghoe Koo, they're signing Younghoe Koo as a kicker. He hasn't been good this year, but maybe he could turn it around this year. All right, guys, I am going to head out, but I appreciate all the love on TikTok. I appreciate all the love. Thank you for joining. These lives are fun for me because I get a lot of people in here that like my lives, and I'm going to start clipping live streams more. I do the live streams on YouTube as well, but I'm going to start clipping them and posting them because I think it's fun. But, guys, go Giants. Jaxson Dart this week. Huge game. Not really huge game. We suck. We're not going to win. But we're going to find out if Jaxson Dart can be the quarterback very soon and all year long. Jaxson Dart era is here. Go Giants. Maybe they have a chance this week. I don't think they do. But appreciate the love, guys. I need to – okay. All right, Des. I believe Jaxson Dart is going to throw 3 touchdowns this week. There you go. That's all I'm saying. Jaxson Dart's going to go out there. He's going to throw 3 touchdowns, no interceptions. He's going to light it up, 300 yards. Go Giants. Go Jaxson Dart. Appreciate the love. Giant Spire gone. YouTube as well. Have a great rest of your day. God bless. Go Giants. Go Big Blue. Go Jaxson Dart.